Central India, Vindhya mountain region. From the high mountains, one could keep an eye on the plains for a long distance. Excellent place to build a fort. Gwalior Fort Dark Mystery. The magnificent fort of Gwalior is built on one such hill. It is built on a long and narrow hill Gopkarai and was once one of the most magnificent forts of India. Gwalior has seen kings and invaders reach the pinnacle of success and fall to the ground. It ruled many Hindu dynasties like Turks, Afghans, Mughals. Hardly any other fort has seen the rule of the Marathas and the British. In the last days of the 18th century, the Maratha Scindia dynasty took power. During their rule, Gwalior was spread over 60,000 square kilometers. This fort remained a British post until India's independence. There is no concrete information about when this fort was built. There are only myths and stories. The recorded history of Gwalior Fort is about 1,300 years old. It is believed that cave temples of Jainism were initially built here between the 7th and 15th centuries. One of the many statues made of stone is the huge 58 feet high statue of Adana, the first Tirthankara of Jainism. Gwalior Fort is a magnificent example of architecture which is about 2.5 kilometers long, and its average width is about 1 kilometer. Its walls are built on mountain peaks and are completely straight in most parts. Gwalior Fort is counted among the most beautiful historical buildings of India. India's first Mughal Emperor Babur had called this fort the pearl in the necklace of Indian forts. The essence of the grandeur of this fort is hidden in the palaces built inside it, like Man Mandir, which is famous for its excellent tile work. It was built in the year 1486 by Tomar Rajput Raja Mansingha, the great ruler of Gwalior. But after the attacks of Turks, Pathans, Afghans, and Mughals, a big dark side got added to this fort. The story of Man Mandir is full of contrast. From outside it is very beautiful, but as soon as you go down its stairs, there will be a dark basement and hair-raising basement. Many dark secrets are hidden in these dark rooms. These corridors we go to a dangerous prison towards hell. No one knows what actually happened in these prisons, but the screams of the prisoners could be heard far away. Anyone who posed a threat to the Mughal Sultanate was imprisoned in these basements of Gwalior Fort. The Mughal emperor would have imprisoned not only his close relatives, but also his own brothers in these dungeons. The throne could have belonged to someone who was cruel. In those times, there was very little hope of a prisoner's survival. The conditions were extremely difficult, and it was almost impossible to escape. Time seemed to stand still in these jails. Those who posed a threat to the throne were ruthlessly eliminated. A special method of the Mughals was to forcefully feed opium to such people. Some would remain under the influence of intoxication for many years and would not be able to hatch any conspiracy. Even though the prisoners of these lakes belonged to the royal family, after being in captivity, they forgot their luxurious life and everything became a dream for them. On the other hand, those who were the emperor's favorites, he lived a life of luxury in these beautiful palaces. The royal family lived in the luxurious buildings built in and around the palace of Raja Mansingha. Inside the walls of the fort, there are some magnificent examples of Indian architecture, which are a unique example of India's construction art and craftsmanship. But their hideous form hidden behind this beauty is not visible. During the Mughal era, the luxurious palace built beneath the Mandir Palace was turned into a heart-wrenching torture chamber. It is said that the prisoners were hanged with these iron rings, but this was just the beginning of their torture. The Mughals' methods of torture were very unique and sometimes required an expert. Being a close relative of the king was not always a good thing, but often proved to be a big problem. It was difficult to keep Tak's potential heir, Hakhtar, out of the race without taking his life. But he had many other methods. One without eyes cannot become a king. And there was no one to hear their screams in these dungeons.